If you're one of those people who lets your cat sleep in bed with you, I have to drop a bombshell. You think you're letting them up, but in reality, they're the ones letting you sleep. And I'm not saying that just to talk. That cat you see looking so peaceful, curled up in a ball beside you, isn't there by whim. They are performing a deep scan of your vital signs, managing your stress, and literally hacking your nervous system while you try to rest. Most owners make a criminal mistake every single night. They push the cat away because they're in the way, or they move around too much. That's a mistake. By pushing them away, you're sabotaging a biological connection that has been perfecting itself for 3 million years. In this video, I'm going to teach you to read what your cat is shouting at you without opening its mouth. Why that exact spot they choose isn't random. What it means when they turn their back on you while sleeping. And why you should feel honored. And most importantly, the red flag signals you might be ignoring that, according to experts, could save their life. Stop treating your cat like a decorative plush toy. Let's look at what's really happening in your bedroom when you turn out the lights. Alright, let's get straight to the point. If you think your cat chooses where to lie down by chance, you're dead wrong. For a cat, sleeping is the riskiest moment of the day. They are hunters, yes, but they are also prey. When they pass out on your bed, they are lowering their guard in a way that, in the wild, would be suicide. That's why the spot they choose is a statement of intent. If they plant themselves at your feet, don't get it twisted. It's not because they like the smell of your socks. It's pure instinct. In a colony, there's always someone on perimeter guard duty. Well, your cat down there is doing exactly that. They position themselves between you and the door, ears rotating like radars, protecting you while you rest. They are your personal bodyguard. Now, if they climb up to your chest, things change. We're no longer talking about protection, we're talking about pure intimacy. By sitting there, they synchronize their breathing with yours and expose themselves completely, showing their belly, which is their most vulnerable area. Basically, they're telling you that you are their ground zero for safety. You are the shelter where they know nothing bad can happen to them. And then there are the ones that stick to your head. These are the nostalgic ones. Your pillow is where your scent is most concentrated, and to a cat, scent is the map of who their family is. Curling up there is their way of saying, "You are my person. I'm going to soak in you so we can be one single team." The most mind-blowing part, and science has confirmed this, is that it's not just about affection. It's been discovered that cats living close to their owners have modified their biological clock so that their activity schedule is a carbon copy of yours. They have adapted their own wild nature to fit into your life. So, the next time you try to push them away because they're bothering you, think twice. You're breaking a synchrony they have worked for years to achieve. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Because what happens to your body when that cat snuggles up to you goes far beyond the emotional. We're talking about physical changes in your heart rate that sound like something out of a movie. Did you know that having your cat by your side is quite literally medicine for your heart? Now, hold on, because here comes the part that sounds like magic, but is pure, hard science. Most of us cat owners know that petting them is relaxing. That's a fact. But very few people know that this relax effect has a real impact on your life expectancy. A study from the Stroke Institute at the University of Minnesota, which followed more than 4,000 people over 2 decades, released a piece of data that will blow your mind. People who live with cats have a significantly lower risk of suffering a heart attack. We're talking about a reduction of up to 30%. And mind you, the researchers adjusted the data to account for cholesterol, blood pressure, and smoking. The pattern simply held up. But why? What happens when your cat snuggles up beside you in bed? Well, your body starts shifting gears without you even noticing. Your hand instinctively seeks their fur, your breathing slows down, your muscles loosen, and above all, your blood pressure starts to drop. It's not a placebo effect. It's a real biological response that traditional medications sometimes can't even replicate during stressful situations. And this is where the famous purr comes in. That vibration, which sounds like a car engine at idle, activates a part of your nervous system in charge of rest and repair. It's as if your companion were injecting you with oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and trust, while destroying cortisol levels, the stress hormone that has your brain in alert mode at 3 in the morning. Often, when you're tossing and turning in bed, reviewing your to-do list for tomorrow, or obsessing over a problem that won't let you sleep, your body is in fight or flight mode. But as soon as your cat leans against you, that vibration and weight act like a switch. Your nervous system receives a clear signal. Everything is fine, you can let go. It's daily training for your body. Night after night, you're teaching your nervous system that it's safe to relax. Do you see it now? That cat you sometimes call a nuisance, because they're taking up half the bed, is saving you from chronic stress spikes every single night. And the best part is, this isn't a dead end, because while they're resetting you, what are they really doing while they pretend to be asleep? Alright, let's take the blindfolds off. You close your eyes and pass out, but your cat doesn't. Technically, cats are crepuscular, meaning their energy peaks at dawn and dusk. By sheer logic, at 3 a.m., they should be sprinting down the hallway like there's no tomorrow. Yet, they stay there still. Why? The answer is fascinating. They are pulling a night watch shift. Science has shown that even though they live with us and look like plush toys, they maintain the instincts of their wild ancestors. While you're fast asleep, they don't enter into an 8-hour deep sleep like we do. Their cycles are short, rapid. They go from napping to high alert in milliseconds. Even when their eyes are closed, their ears remain independent radars that rotate toward any sound, from the creaking of floorboards to the neighbor coming home late. If you move, if your breathing changes, if they hear a thump downstairs, they are the first to process it. Basically, when your cat sleeps with you, they are acting as a sentinel. They are sharing that vulnerability with you because, in some way, they see you as part of their pack. But there's a deeper level. That choice to sleep with you isn't the result of a single day. It's the outcome of months, even years, of earning points. Every time you fed them, every time you've given them a slow wink, yes, that famous slow blink, which is their way of saying I love you, you've been building this bond. When your cat snuggles up against you, they are defying 3 million years of evolution. They are transitioning from an animal that is always on guard, always ready to escape, to an animal that decides that, by your side, they can afford the luxury of letting their guard down. It's an extreme act of trust that you won't see with anyone else. But do you know the craziest part of all this? That the act of letting their guard down isn't just psychological. Biologically, things are happening that you can't even imagine. Get ready, because we're about to enter some serious territory. The paralysis and the evolutionary rebellion that happens in your bed every single night. Now, let's get a bit more serious with the biology. Because what happens in your bed every night is a genuine anomaly. Look at your cat right now, paws tucked in, breathing steady, those little twitches they have while dreaming. Well, what you're seeing is a biological impossibility. In the wild, a cat would never, and I repeat, never, remain vulnerable in an exposed place. They always seek heights or hiding spots from where they can bolt if a predator appears. Yet, your cat has decided to throw 3 million years of survival programming out the window just to lie by your side. And here's the fact that will stun you. A 2024 study from the University of Tokyo discovered that, during deep sleep, your cat experiences total muscle atonia. Basically, they become paralyzed. Except for breathing and moving their eyes, they can't run, they can't fight, and if they fell off the bed, they couldn't even land on their feet. Which for a cat is like us losing the ability to walk. In other words, your cat is choosing absolute paralysis right next to a giant 10 times their size. That's you. And they do it because they trust that you are their shield. But is there a chemical trick behind this? Yes, and it's quite a bit stranger than you thought. It's called the oxytocin paradox. For decades, scientists thought that this hormone, the famous love hormone, worked the same way in dogs and cats. Spoiler alert, they were wrong. It turns out that in cats the matter is much more selective. While in dogs oxytocin is fairly universal, in cats it only spikes if there is a secure attachment style. In other words, if your cat gives you that shot of happiness hormones when they're with you, it's not because they're a cuddly plush toy by default. It's because they have developed a bond with you that cannot be faked or forced. It is a mark of ironclad trust. If you've managed to get your cat to experience that hormonal peak while sleeping with you, congratulations. You've achieved what, for many cat owners, is the holy grail of interspecies relationships. You've stopped being just the one who feeds them, and have become their equal. Now, although it may seem like they're only there for love, there is a hidden strategy you might not have noticed. A kind of thermal engineering that proves your cat is possibly much smarter than you think. Have you ever noticed that it seems like they're analyzing your body temperature all night long? Alright, let's talk about that habit they have of sticking to you in specific spots. It's not that your cat is just a basic heat seeker, they are an elite thermal engineer. You've surely noticed that if it's cold, your cat doesn't just stay in some sunny corner of the house, they prefer your bed. But wait, because they don't just lie down anywhere. If you pay attention, they focus on strategic points: your head, your neck, or your feet. Coincidence? Not at all. These are the areas where you lose the most heat. They have a body temperature between 100 and 102 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 to 39 degrees Celsius, significantly higher than ours. Their thermal comfort zone is much higher, so while you're perfectly comfortable at 72 degrees, they are actually a bit chilly. But instead of finding a blanket, they choose to actively steal your heat. The most mind-blowing part is that they are real-time thermal managers. If you watch them during the night, you'll see them move. They snuggle closer just as your body temperature drops during the 4 a.m. cycle, and they pull away slightly if your temperature rises. They are monitoring your physiological state all night long without even realizing it. This demonstrates a cognitive ability that goes far beyond "I'm cold, I'll snuggle." Basically, they are processing data about your body while they sleep. But keep in mind, it's not all just thermoregulation. Sometimes these postures change radically, and this is where most owners mess up and mistake it for a new quirk. If your cat suddenly changes their habits, if they stop sleeping with you or start choosing strange places like inside the bathtub or pressed against the wall, it doesn't mean they've gone crazy or are just being weird. They are trying to tell you something about their health that they can't explain any other way. And believe me, many of these are the warning signs that veterinarians always say, "We spotted too late." Do you want to know which red flags you should be watching for before it's too late? Now listen to me closely, because this is important. Sometimes, the way your cat sleeps isn't a message of love or a thermal preference. It's a cry for help. Cats are masters of deception, experts at hiding pain. By instinct, if they feel unwell, they hide. It's their way of not showing weakness to potential predators. If you see your cat suddenly change its usual modus operandi, open your eyes. Here are the red flags that most people overlook. First, the infamous head pressing. If you see your cat sleeping with their forehead pressed against a wall or a piece of furniture, and they aren't playing or rubbing, but rather seem stuck there, applying constant pressure, take them to the vet immediately. It's not a quirk. It can be a sign of serious neurological issues, from inflammation to something worse. Do not wait until tomorrow. Second, the obsession with the sink or the bathtub. If your cat, who always slept in your bed, now prefers sleeping inside the sink or next to the faucet, it's not because they like the metal. It's often because they have a fever or kidney issues, and they are desperately seeking a cold surface to try to lower their body temperature. If they have also started drinking more water than usual, that is a clear warning sign. Third, the stone statue. If you notice your cat spending hours in the exact same position without moving even to shift sides, they might be dealing with severe arthritis. Cats with chronic pain stay still because moving hurts. They prefer the numbness over the sharp pain of pain. And fourth, the radical change of side. If your cat always slept on their left side and suddenly refuses to do so, lying only on their right, they may have a physical ailment or a sensitive area on their left. A cat that feels safe will alternate, stretch, and relax. A cat that refuses to change its posture is a cat that is likely hiding physical discomfort. I know this sounds dramatic, but I don't want you to be scared. I want you to be a more attentive observer, because in the end, that little being who shares your nights is trusting you with their life, and knowing how to read these changes can be the difference between a minor scare and a timely visit to the vet. Ultimately, the place where your cat chooses to spend the night is much more than just a cozy spot. It's a map of your relationship. Every time they decide to lie down next to you, they are ignoring their wildest instincts to tell you in their own way that they trust you more than anyone else in the world. That bond isn't something that's given away. It's something you've built day by day, with every pet, with every slow blink, and with that mutual respect you forged night after night. So, the next time you feel that weight beside you, or hear that purr that seems to vibrate in your very bones, remember, it's not just a cat sleeping. It's a sign that you've done a great job as a human. If you enjoyed discovering what's behind those peculiar behaviors, I invite you to subscribe And give this video a big like, because we'll keep decoding what our cats are trying to tell us without ever opening their mouths. Now, tell me one thing. What position does yours sleep in? Are they the type that steals your pillow? The one that acts as your bodyguard at the foot of the bed? Or the one that just uses you as a mattress? Let me know in the comments. I'm dying to know what kind of companion you have at home. See you in the next video.